Hi everybody, it's Jeff here with another video in the Master of Failure series. Mostly when I receive a distressed call from some of the people I work with, the distress call revolves around the person saying, Jeff, I just don't know what to do. Those simple words, not knowing what to do, cloud a mass of confusion, frustration, and verges on desperation. Not knowing what to do about a business situation, a money situation, a relationship situation, a family situation, a life situation can be so destructive. It can bring you down to the pits. It can have you in worry, in fear, and there's also a certain amount of guilt and shame that you don't just have the answer, you just don't know what to do. And so people end up in a very stagnated position. And when we live in stagnation, when we just can't move, then it feels like life has become a prison. And we all know this. I'm sure we've all experienced this. I know I have. I know I've had those positions where you come to live in your head and possible solutions swirl around in your mind, but none of them fit. None of them are any good. They all end up being negative thoughts. And this turns into what I would call catastrophic thinking, where it starts off with a certain level of fear and tension and just gets worse. The more we think about it, the what ifs and the destruction of our life as we know it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And that's the trouble with keeping these things in our head. What people will often do in this situation is look for external examples or look for external advice. You know, we might have a friend A who we think we can try for a solution. We might have a family member B that might offer us some words of wisdom. So we might look outside of ourselves. We might even look on Google. We might use the computer, use that wealth of knowledge and information. But my advice to people is don't look for more. Don't add more ideas to the ideas that are already swirling around in your head. In fact, do the opposite. Reduce down the amount of information you have in your head. Get it out of you. The first thing you have to do is when you're in this state of not knowing, you're usually in a state of tension, stress, worry, fear. So you have to calm down. So initially, here's a couple of solutions. There are many solutions to this, but I'll share what works best for me. Because I've done a lot of exercise, martial arts, I practice a Russian martial art called Systema. I come back to the breath. Those of you who've done yoga, those of you who've done Pilates, those of you who've done pranayama within meditation and yoga. Regulating your breathing, just taking some time out, and it could be 3 minutes, it could be 5 minutes, it could be a very small amount of time, but just regulating your breathing can create some inner calm and can just get rid of some of that tension, some of that stress, some of that fear. Another method for calming yourself down, getting to a place of inner calm, is to get out of the environment that you're in. So if you're in a house, if you're in an office, if you're in a building, get away from the people that you normally spend time with, get away from your normal environment, drive somewhere, get into a quiet, peaceful environment, and you'll feel your shoulders relax, you'll feel your body relax, you'll feel yourself get in a better frame. Then come back to your inner wisdom. You saying you don't know is your mind trying to protect you, your mind closing down, resisting all avenues of liberation, and just keeping you imprisoned in fear, worry, shock, so that you go into protective mode. You need to start releasing that resistance, release it. And one of the best ways of releasing that is just pen and paper. Very, very simple. Start by writing at the top of the page, I don't know what to do about, and then whatever that situation is. Write down that situation. Then from your position of calm, from your position of being outside your normal environment, start writing down what you actually do know about the situation. So if it's, I don't know whether I should close my business down and do something else. Start writing what you do know about the situation. Are you making money? Is your business profitable? What will happen to your clients, your employees? Start writing everything you know about that situation. Let's think of a more common situation nowadays with this cost of living crisis. I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. What do you know about this situation? Maybe you know that you can reduce some of your costs. Maybe you haven't punted around for better utilities costs, change supplier. Maybe you can do without broadband for a while. Maybe you can cut costs here, there, or somewhere else. Write down what you do know about the situation. If you're struggling to pay your bills, you do know that you need to make more money. Okay, I know I need to make more money. How have I made more money in the past? Do I go to my boss for a raise? Do I try to get one new client in? Do I change jobs? Do I start that side hustle? Start looking at the positive steps that you can take and spend time on this. Don't just go at the first few things that come up in your head. As you write down more and more, you're being a detached observer of your inner wisdom. You're standing to one side of it and looking at these solutions in black and white in your journal. And you'll feel the tension being released. You'll feel resistance shifting. And you'll feel that you're making progress, because that's what we humans need. We humans need to know that in most aspects of our lives, we're making some progress. We're not stagnating. We're not stuck. The human's need for liberation and freedom is powerful. How can we be liberated or free if we're living in our head with the same old negative thoughts? Release those onto paper, and I promise you'll start to get clearer about what you need to do. You will know what to do. You will know how to move forward. And you'll conclude with some action steps, because we all know action trumps thoughts. I hope these thoughts have been helpful to you, and I hope that you can now overcome that situation where you suddenly don't know what to do about a certain event in your life. Thank you for listening. I look forward to talking to you again. Have a great day.